Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and wondered why the moon changes shape? One night it's a bright full moon, and the next, it's just a sliver. This celestial wonder has fascinated humanity for centuries, inspiring countless myths, legends, and scientific inquiries. The moon's phases are not just a spectacle, they hold deep significance across cultures and history. Today, we'll unravel the mystery of lunar phases and explore the fascinating reasons behind this beautiful phenomenon. Hi everyone, welcome to our exploration of the lunar phases. The moon has captivated our imaginations, influencing culture, art, and even our calendars. From ancient civilizations that relied on the moon for agricultural planning to modern science that studies its effects on Earth, the moon plays a vital role in our lives. But what exactly causes the moon to change its appearance? Let's dive into the science behind it. To understand the moon's phases, we first need to grasp the relationship between the Earth, the moon, and the sun. The moon orbits Earth approximately every 29.5 days, and as it moves in its orbit, the sunlight it reflects changes depending on its position relative to both Earth and the sun. This interaction is what creates the different phases we observe in the night sky. Imagine the moon as a stage performer, with the sun providing the spotlight. Depending on where the moon is in relation to the audience, us on Earth, determines how much of that light we can see. This celestial performance is a dynamic dance that has been occurring for billions of years. Let's break down the 8 primary phases of the moon. Starting with the new moon, this phase occurs when the moon is positioned directly between the Earth and the sun. In this position, the sun's light shines on the side of the moon that faces away from us, rendering it invisible to our eyes. It's a perfect example of how perspective plays a crucial role in our understanding of celestial bodies. The new moon marks the beginning of the lunar cycle and is often associated with new beginnings and intentions in various cultures. In many traditions, this is a time to set goals and intentions, planting the seeds for what you hope to achieve in the coming month. It's a moment of potential where anything is possible. After the new moon, we transition to the waxing crescent phase. During this time, a small sliver of light begins to appear on the right side of the moon. This phase is called waxing because the visible light is increasing. It's a beautiful moment where the moon starts to re-emerge, signaling the beginning of a new lunar cycle. For many, this phase is a time of hope and potential, reflecting the growth and new opportunities in life. In agricultural societies, the waxing crescent has historically been a time to prepare the land for planting. The moon's influence on tides also reminds us of its connection to the rhythms of nature. As the moon continues its journey, we reach the first quarter phase. Here, half of the moon is illuminated, and it appears as a perfect half circle. This phase is called the first quarter because it marks a quarter of the way through the moon's lunar cycle. The first quarter phase is significant not just for its visual beauty, but also for its symbolism. It often represents a time of decision-making and action as we move forward in our goals. In many cultures, this is when plans solidify and actions are taken. The light serves as a metaphor for clarity and determination. Continuing onward, we enter the waxing gibbous phase, where more than half of the moon is illuminated. As it moves closer to the full moon, the light continues to grow, filling our night sky with its brightness. This phase is particularly significant because it represents a time of transition where ideas and projects are reaching their peak. It's a reminder to harness that energy and momentum before the culmination of the full moon. Artists and creatives often find inspiration during this phase, as the moon's increasing light symbolizes illumination and creativity. Many find themselves motivated to share their work or explore new ideas. The full moon is perhaps the most iconic phase. The entire face of the moon is lit up, creating a breathtaking sight in the night sky. This happens when Earth is positioned between the moon and the sun, allowing sunlight to fully illuminate the moon's surface. Many cultures celebrate the full moon with festivals and rituals, recognizing its power and beauty. From the harvest moon, which signifies the time to gather crops, to the blue moon, which occurs when there are 2 full moons in a month, each full moon carries its own significance. It's a time of culmination and completion, a moment to celebrate what has been achieved and to reflect on the past month's journey. After the full moon, the moon enters the waning gibbous phase, where the light begins to decrease. The term waning means that the visible illumination is getting smaller. This phase serves as a gentle reminder that change is constant in nature, and even the brightest light will gradually dim. It's a time for reflection and assessment, allowing us to take stock of what we've achieved and what we still wish to accomplish. Many traditions use this time to release what no longer serves them, whether it be habits, thoughts, or relationships, making space for new growth. Next up is the last quarter phase. Here, we see the left side of the moon illuminated, creating another half-moon appearance. It's called the last quarter because we're now 3/4 of the way through the lunar cycle. This phase often evokes reflection as we approach the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. It's an opportunity to let go of what no longer serves us and to prepare for renewal. In many spiritual practices, the last quarter is seen as a time for introspection and planning, a moment to gather insights from the past before moving forward. Finally, we reach the waning crescent. The moon continues to shrink, revealing just a thin sliver of light before it disappears again into the new moon phase. This phase encourages introspection, symbolizing rest and renewal as we prepare for the next lunar cycle. It's a time to reflect on our experiences and intentions, setting the stage for new beginnings. In nature, this phase represents the end of a cycle, just as leaves fall from trees to make way for new growth in the spring. It's a reminder that every ending is simply a prelude to a new beginning. So, to summarize, the moon doesn't actually change shape. It's our perspective from Earth that creates the illusion of different shapes as it orbits our planet. The interplay of sunlight, the moon, and Earth creates this beautiful dance of light and shadow that has inspired countless stories and myths throughout history. This phenomenon connects us not only to the cosmos, but also to our own rhythms and cycles. By observing the moon's phases, we can cultivate a deeper awareness of our own life cycles and the natural world around us. Cultures around the world have celebrated the moon, using its phases to mark time, celebrate festivals, and guide agricultural practices. The lunar calendar is integral to many societies, helping to dictate planting and harvest times. For instance, the ancient Egyptians used the moon to create their calendar, while many indigenous cultures have lunar calendars that guide their traditions and ceremonies. The moon has inspired poets, artists, and scientists alike, symbolizing everything from love and beauty to mystery and exploration. Its presence in the sky serves as a constant reminder of the vastness of the universe and our place within it. In conclusion, understanding lunar phases not only enriches our appreciation of the night sky, but also connects us to the rhythms of nature. The moon serves as a powerful symbol of change, growth, and renewal. Next time you look up at the moon, take a moment to reflect on this celestial dance and the science behind it. Consider how our ancestors gazed up at the same moon, wondering about its mysteries, and how we continue to seek knowledge and inspiration from it. If you enjoyed this exploration of lunar phases and want to learn more about the wonders of our universe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your favorite phase of the moon? How does it inspire you? Share in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Keep looking up and exploring the mysteries of the universe with us. Until next time, may the moonlight guide your path.